Hi guys, my name is Lori and welcome to the Icing Artist. So today we're going to be doing a edible image Draculaura cake. I'm going to show you guys all about edible images and talk about that a bit, as well as show you guys how to make a really simple Monster High cake. So I've already baked my 8-inch round vanilla cake and I'm just icing it using some buttercream icing. So I'm just going to put a large amount on the top of the cake. And then using an offset spatula, I'm just going to start to kind of work the icing down the sides of the cake. Just like that, and the icing is going to start to flow over the sides of the cake. I can just spread that around until it's nice and smooth. Once my cake is completely covered in icing, I can start to just turn the cake around on my turntable and just scrape off any additional kind of extra icing. Now I'm just going to take a piece of paper towel and I'm just going to rub it over the top of my cake and the sides of my cake, rubbing it onto it and kind of peeling it off like this. And that's just going to really take out any of those little bumps or marks in the cake and just make it look really nice and smooth. I absolutely love this technique because it's a really easy and quick way to get a seamless finish. And I've already printed out the picture I want, and I brought that into a bakery. You can also go to grocery stores to do this. And they've used edible ink and printed it out on edible rice paper. I've sealed it into a Ziploc bag so that way it doesn't dry out. You want to make sure that the seal is nice and tight. Now that I'm ready to put it on my cake, I'm just going to take it out of the Ziploc bag. I have my 8-inch cake pan here because I'm using an 8-inch cake. I'm going to lay that on top of my edible image, and using an edible marker, I'm just going to trace it out. And that's to make sure that I'm cutting my image to the right size before I put it on the cake. Now just using some scissors, I'm just going to cut out the image. I'm just going to cut on the inside of that line just so it's a little bit smaller and it makes room for my border. Now that my image is cut out, I'm just going to pop it into the freezer just for about 15 seconds or so. Now that I've popped it out, as you can see, the image peels nice and easily off the backing paper. I'm just going to place that right on top of my cake. And as it warms up, it'll come back to room temperature and it won't be as stiff. It'll just kind of melt into the cake. Now that my edible image is good to go, I'm going to start decorating around it. So on the sides of the cake, I want to do kind of a crisscross pattern. So you can use a ruler or anything really straight to do this. I'm just going to make lines going all the way around the cake, going one way, and then just make more diagonal lines going in the opposite direction, just to create this diamond pattern. And then I'm just using a number 5 piping tip and a disposable piping bag. And I'm just going to start piping lines going down those crisscrosses. You can also do this kind of pattern using just a diamond cutter, and you can just impress that into the cake as well. And then I'm just going to put a little dot at each cross kind of section there and just put a little pearl. Really, you can kind of decorate the cake however you want. Just do nice, simple decorations or go as extravagant as you kind of want to. Just have fun with it. I'm just going to pipe a hot pink shell border around the top and the bottom, just to really match the colors of the edible image I have going here. I love working with edible images because they're such a quick and fast way to get a lot of detail in a cake like this. I mean, Draculaura has a lot of different details in her face and her outfit and stuff, so to recreate that with buttercream or fondant would take a lot of time. I hope you guys really liked the video, and personally I love edible images. I mean, they're great for certain things like this if you want a lot of detail in the face and you're not exactly sure how to do it and you don't want to spend too much time or too much money on the cake. This is a great option. And again, you can get edible images sometimes at local cake decorating stores or local superstores or ice cream shops, anywhere that kind of sells cakes and stuff, bakeries. You can usually get edible images there. So if you guys have any more questions, you can always shoot me an email or go to my website. I have all my contact information there. I will also leave it in my description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and take care.